In the previous lecture, we discussed the armature reaction. So here, similar to the DC motor or DC generator, again there is a armature reaction. It is the influence of armature magnetic flux over the main magnetic flux. Our objective is to distribute the uniform magnetic flux over the periphery of armature. But because of armature, whenever it delivers the load current, some of the magnetic flux produced by the armature winding, and it will react or it will interact with the main field flux, and therefore there is a disturbance in the main field flux is there. So we will consider three cases. One is the unity power factor, second is the zero power factor lagging, and zero power factor leading. Just it is a review, so I will take a very quickly. This is your armature. It consists of three phase winding, and this is two pole rotor. The winding is carried out in such a way that it will produce the magnetic flux in the left direction, which is shown by FF, which is shown by field MMF. FF is there. Okay, and you can say that, or you can represent with the help of flux F phi F. Okay, now it will produce the EMF which is lagging by 90 degree. It is shown by EFA. It is the EMF induced in armature conductor. A, A conductors are there, isn't it? Now when the current is in the same line, that is a unity power factor, your armature current is there, so it will produces armature reaction MMF FA. The interaction of Fa and Ff, there is a resultant magnetic flux or magnetic MMF is there, Fr or phi r is there. So it will produce the distortional or cross magnetizing effect. Now in the second case, where zero power factor lagging, current is lagging with zero power factor, the meaning is that current is lagging by 90 degree with respect to the EMF. So again it is similar case to pole machine is there, and it is field flux FF, or it may be represented by the phi f, flux phi f produced by the field winding. It will induce EMF which is lagging by 90 degree, so anti-clockwise direction it is lagging by 90 degree EF. Armature current is lagging with 90 degree with current with excitation EMF EF. So here IA is there, and this will produce the armature reaction MMF FA. So it says that when armature reaction MMF FA and field MMF FF is quite opposite to each other, they are 90 degree to each other. So in this single line, one diagram is there. It says that there is a demagnetizing effect. So armature total flux over the periphery of the armature, it is demagnetized, means it reduces the magnetic flux, and hence the excitation EMF also get decreases. Whereas zero power factor leading, the flux produced by main field windings and flux produced by armature winding both are in same direction, so there is an additive. So in this diagram we found that FF plus FR, so total FF is very high, and hence it is called as a magnetizing effect. So in simple, at unity power factor the armature reaction is armature reaction is cross and distortional effect or cross magnetizes there. For the lagging power factor, the effect is demagnetize, and for the zero power factor lagging, it is a magnetize. But our current is not never be a zero power factor leading and lagging, so it is a small lagging is there or small leading is there. So we can say that under lagging power factor, at any lagging power factor, the armature reaction effect is cross magnetizing and demagnetizing. Whereas for the leading power factor, the armature reaction is cross magnetizing and magnetizing. So cross magnetizing is common because it is near to the unity power factor. So our power factor of the alternator is very near to the unity power factor, so cross magnetization or cross armature reaction effect is dominant over there. So now this is can be represented with the help of voltage regulation. So if for the for unity power factor, the army the say voltage regulation is a small positive. It means that the lagging because of unity power factor, the voltage regulation is very small, so it is a very good power factor. Voltage regulation value is small, means it has a better voltage regulation. Whereas for the lagging power factor, because of the demagnetizing effect, armature reaction, armature fluxes, your main field fluxes get reduces, and hence EMF. So the lagging power factor, the voltage regulation is more, and for the leading power factor there is a magnetizing effect. So there is a total magnetic flux over the periphery of armature, it get increases, so voltage also get increases, and it will give the positive power factor, positive voltage regulation. So this is the last we have discussed. Okay, now we will discuss the new topic. It is the open circuit characteristic. Okay, so now in open circuit characteristic, it is similar to the DC generator characteristic. We will say it is a magnetization characteristic is there. So first of all, we just see the what are the different things are there. So here we found that it is a prime mode. It is running at a constant speed, that is the synchronous speed. Synchronous speed is there, and this is the field winding which is on the rotor. So it is a rotating part, it is on the rotor part of the motor machine alternator, and it produces the field flux ff, which we have already discussed. And there is a DC excitation. We have connected one DC ammeter to measure the current, and field current is represented by if, and to vary that field current we have inserted a resistance R in series with the field winding. Now it is a star connected armature winding, and it is on the stator. So as per our very first or second lecture, it is a rotating magnetic field systems are there. Now what would be the vector diagram? So first of all, we will draw the reference value, that is the mmf produced by the field winding. So here it is mmf produced by field winding ff. So we can represent it by ff, field mmf, or field flux phi f, any value. It will induce EMF which is lagging by 90 degree. So we always refer the phasor diagram anti-clockwise direction. So for lagging one, it is in the here, it is lagging with the 90 degree. So it will induce EMF EF. Now there is a no load in the circuit. There is a no load in the circuit. So we can say that in the case, in this case, we will have terminal voltage is equal to the terminal voltage is equal to the resultant voltage ER is equal to the excitation EMF EF. So there is a no armature reaction. Current is not flowing in the armature winding, so there is a no question of armature resistance drop, leakage reactance drop, or armature reaction drop is there. So whatever the EMF induced in the field winding, it is going to appear across the open circuit terminals are there, isn't it? Now, from this one, we are able to develop the we are able to develop. So this is your field current IF. This is phasor current, field current IF. Just a minute. Okay, the field current on x-axis. On y-axis, it is the excitation EMF EF. Excitation EMF EF in volt. Okay, so as soon as at zero current, the excitation EMF also zero, and as the excitation current increases, the voltage also get increases. So first part is the linear part, and after some time the field becomes saturated, and it will give the saturation curve. So this is called as a OCC. This is called as a open circuit characteristic. And if you draw a tangent line with the uh, OCC, you will have air gap line. This is also this called as a air gap line. Air gap line represent that if there were no saturation, this would be the characteristic. It is quite clear. This region is because of the saturation. If there were no saturation, the characteristic would be a straight line. So this is called as a open circuit characteristic. And under open circuit characteristic, your excitation voltage is equal to the resultant voltage is equal to the is equal to the terminal voltage. Okay. So under open circuit characteristic, we run the prime mover at a constant speed. We will increase the excitation from 0 to its rated value, and we found that this type of curves are there for the open circuit characteristic. Second is the second characteristic is the short circuit characteristic. Second part, this is the first part. Second part is the short circuit characteristic. So it is very important to understand these things. Just a minute. So yes, okay. Welcome back. Now, in case of short circuit, what we will do? Again, we will run the primer at constant speed. That is a synchronous speed because it is a synchronous alternator. It is a synchronous alternator. So it is a synchronous alternator. So it is a prime mover. It is mechanically coupled. Again, there is a field winding is there, which is similar to the previous case. So this is field winding. It is connected with the variable resistance to control the current. We will measure the current with the help of ammeter, and we will provide the DC supply to the field winding. It is the constant magnetic flux, but it is rotating because it is mounted on the rotor side. It is on the rotor, so field winding is there. Now here the stator winding, three phase stator winding, star connected, and it is short circuited. With the help of ammeter, we are going to measure the current. Now for the big alternator, it is connected with the CT. Since the current is very high, so here it is a short circuited itself. So it will deliver the current over here, and it is a short circuited terminals are there. This is your armature windings. This is your armature winding. Now what would be the characteristic? Now under such condition, again we will represent the magnetic flux or say field flux. It is always on the pole axis. So say this is your pole. Okay, so I'm just giving the each and everything's. So we will represent it is on the direct axis, pole axis, or it is the direct axis. This is also on the pole. In the previous case also, this is the direct axis. So direct axis, it means that whatever the field flux, it is always in the direct axis or pole axis. It will induce EMF. It will induce EMF which is lagging by 90 degree. So it is lagging by 90 degree. But we know that whenever there is a short circuit, the EMF across the short circuited terminal is nearly zero. It is nearly zero. And we come to know that when we are going to solve some numericals on the alternator, we will find that This winding having some resistance Ra and some synchronous reactance Xs. The value of synchronous reactance is much more higher than the value of armature resistance. It means that in a per phase circuit of alternator, synchronous reactance is dominant. Synchronous reactance is dominant means, for example, the armature resistance is 0.5 ohm, whereas the synchronous reactance is 4 ohm or 3.5 ohm. Okay, the meaning is the synchronous reactance, the reactance value in the winding is very high. So it means that whenever the short circuit is there, the current is going to lag with a large angle with respect to the voltage. Okay, so we will represent, there is a large current, it is a short circuit current, so there is a large value of current and it is lagging at a large value as well as angle. So this angle is the short circuited angle, and whereas it is 180 degree, it is not a 180 degree because it having some resistance. So theta z is equal to tan inverse of xs upon Ra, isn't it? And because of this resistance, there is a small angle will remaining, and this is the armature current. This value is the armature current. Now this is the your field flux. This is your field flux FF. Okay, and it will produce some armature reaction. Definitely, it will produce when there is a current in the armature winding. It will produce the armature reaction MMF. It is very large. Again, it is very large. It may be greater than the current. So FA. Now this FA and this is FF, both are running at a constant speed, at a constant angle. So we can add vector addition of these two values. So if you add these two values, so this is the FA, so this part is FA, this part is FF, and hence it is the resultant, it is the resultant MMF. So what is your observation? Our observation is resultant mmf or ff is the vector addition of fa. It is all the vector addition plus fr. Okay, so resultant mmf fr is the resultant mmf. Resultant mmf is very small, and this resultant mmf also produce emf which is lagging by 90 degree. So similar to FF produce EMF which is lagging by 90 degree. So this will be the value of EF, but it will produce the EMF which is lagging by 90 degree. So this is producing 90 degree over here. Okay, and this is of the this one is the resultant value, and this current in quadrature with the reactance. So this much part is the IAXS synchronous reactance, or it may be the XAL leakage reactance, isn't it? And it is the armature resistance also there. So this will produce IARA armature resistance plus synchronous leakage reactance, and this is your value is ER, resultant voltage. No doubt the resultant voltage is very small, but for our simplicity just we have expanded the part. Means it means that whatever the limitation, whatever the current is limited because of the leakage reactance, or you can say that the synchronous reactance and armature current. Okay, now under such condition, what would be the characteristic? So characteristic will be, this is the field current as usual, we are taking on x axis. On y axis we are taking the short circuit current ISC. So what would be the nature? Can anybody give? Can anybody gives? Yes, anyone? नेचर क्या हो सकता है? Yes. So the nature of curve is a straight line. So it will represent short circuit characteristic, SSC. So it is very important to understand what is the SSC. SSC is a straight line. There were no saturation. The reason is, since the value of Fr, the value of Fr is small, the value of Fr is small, so it does not saturate the reactance. It does not saturate the field flux or field winding, field structure. As the value of Fr is low, it does not saturate the magnetic flux, and hence the characteristic is straight line. So this is the two very important characteristic uh, uh, for the open circuit characteristic and short circuit characteristic. Now, what would be the vector diagram at uh, any value of current which is lagging at a small value, at a small power factor, a small lagging angle is there. Okay, so we will try to develop this one again. We will start from the field mmf ff. It may be represented by the field flux phi f, as it is a pole axis. We are drawing pole. North pole is there. Suppose this is the north pole, and the axis of pole is the direct axis. Okay. Now it will induce EMF which is lagging by 90 degree. So it will induce EMF which is lagging by 90 degrees. Somewhere here it is a 90 degree volt. So excitation EMF EF. Now we will consider the current is lagging at some small angle, not zero power factor lagging, but it will have some small value of current, small value of angle is there, and this is the armature current IA. This armature current IA develop armature reaction MMF FA. So say this part is armature reaction MMF FA. Okay. Now addition of these two, armature reaction MMF and field MMF. So this much part is the FA, and this much part is the resultant magnetic flux or magnetic MMF. So it is Fr, or you can represent phi r. Okay, so we can represent as a phi r. Now as it will also produce some EMF which is lagging by 90 degree, so somewhere it is produces 90 degree. So here it is going to produce the resultant voltage ER, and say this is the voltage, terminal voltage is there, VT, VT, and it is lagging at an angle theta. No doubt, when there is a field MMF, it produces EMF which is lagging by 90 degree, EF. Resultant MMF, it also produces EMF which is lagging by 90 degree. This is lagging by 90 degree. This is lagging by 90 degree over there. So definitely armature MMF or armature reaction MMF also produce some EMF which is lagging by 90 degree. So where will be the 90 degree lagging? So this is the direction, and therefore it will produce some EMF which is lagging by 90 degrees. So EAR we will represent as a EMF induced because of armature reaction is EAR. Okay, so this is the terminal voltage. Okay, this will be the terminal voltage. So armature resistance drop in phase with the current, because whenever we draw the triangle, suppose this is the current I, so there will be the armature, there will be the I into R drop, and in quadrature there will be I into X drop, and addition is I into Z. or it is a voltage. Okay. So similarly, this is the resistive drop. Small I into Ra is the resistive drop, and in quadrature there is a drops are there, and we can represent it. So this is the total EMF EF, this is the resultant voltage. So this part is the IAXAL, armature leakage reactance drop, and this part is because of the armature reaction. So this is IAXAR, armature reaction reactance. So we will find that, and the addition of these two means this one is called as a synchronous reactance XX, and this is called as a synchronous impedance. So this is called as a synchronous impedance. So we will write here, it is a XAL is the armature leakage reactance. Okay, XAR is the armature reaction reactance, and addition of, as both are in the same line, the dimension is same, it is a voltage, and if you represent only the reactances, so the synchronous reactance XX is equal to XAL plus XAR is the synchronous reactance. So it is very important, we come to know that equation is the synchronous reactance, and addition of resistance and reactances is the synchronous impedance is equal to Ra plus Jxs, or it is the Ra square plus Xs square under root. But we will prefer this equation impedance, so it is called as a synchronous impedance. So in the previous just discussion, we considered that the value of reactance is very high as compared to the resistance. So under such condition, whenever there is a short circuit occur, it will produce the current which is lagging by nearly 90 degree, since the reactance of the winding is dominant. So this is called as a synchronous reactance. So this is called the total reactance drop is the synchronous. IA into XS is the synchronous reactance. So it is not necessary to draw this part, and we will draw only the simplest form in such a way that try to, we will simplify this diagram as, we will simplify this diagram as, this is your armature current IA, and this is your voltage terminal voltage. It is current is lagging by an angle theta. Okay, always anti-clockwise direction. So current is lagging an angle theta. Where will be the armature resistance drop? It is in phase with the current. So I can represent IA, RA is the armature resistance drop. Then there is a reactance drop, two reactances. One is the IAXAL, and this is IAXAR, total reactance, and this is nothing but the I into IA into ZS, synchronous reactance. So what would be the total value? This total value is nothing but excitation EMF, or the excitation EMF, because this vector we will refer for very important, this one. So if you have any doubt, you may ask, and all students are requested to join very quickly. आप सब लोग अटेंड करिए, अगर आपको कुछ डिफिकल्टी है तो बताइए, ताकि हम आपके कनेक्शन की डिफिकल्टी या और कुछ हो तो बताइए, बट आपको कंपलसरी है कि आपका अटेंडेंस चाहिए, और इसके बाद हम आपको कुछ वो भी देंगे, असाइनमेंट, एंड यू हैव टू सॉल्व दिस असाइनमेंट। क्योंकि हो सकता है आपका एग्ज़ाम कैसा हो सकता है कि आपको यहाँ आकर पूरा एग्ज़ाम